Do you have a winning attitude, and do you bring that winning attitude online when building your online presence? So here's a little secret that you should know. If you are trying to build a brand online, and if you're trying to grow your business or career online, how you show up on online matters. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get some insights on how to show up with attitude and build that online presence in today's episode. Hello and welcome to Rise and Be Rich. This is a show where we share high growth marketing strategies and business building strategies for coaches, consultants, wellness service businesses, small businesses from around the globe. And what could be more important in your business than to create that online presence? And not just any presence, but a presence that builds up your personal brand. And so today we are very excited to have a chat with Akhlaque Khan, who is an Indian TV actor, model, poet, writer, digital content creator, and I can't wait to get you these questions to you, Akhlaque, because I really think that building that online presence and how you do it with your content would help our community a lot. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So first question, we started talking a little bit just before the show about your backstory of where you came from and, how you established yourself as an actor. So share that with our global audience, because I think that's a fascinating story.
I'm from this small town called Dhanbad in Jharkhand, eastern part of India, if people from outside India don't know. And from there's a very small place called Muraidi. It's like some few thousand people, which is quite small when you think about India. So so from there I've come here, somehow landed up here and started working. It took me a while to really start getting the kind of work I wanted to do, but luckily I did. And then there was a time, as I was telling you, Ahana, in any creative field, there are two things. One, you need that financial independence, and second, the creative independence. You have a certain kind of insight towards your creativity which you want to put at work. So there was a time when I wasn't getting the kind of work I wanted to do, and I was not ready to do anything. So I was spending most of the time at home, and that's when I realized that if I'm not going to get the kind of work I want, then why not create that kind of work? And a friend of mine who's a stand-up, he suggested me that you're a good writer. Why don't you do something? You have a good sense of humor, he said. So I was like, fine. So I created a character called Pandey Uncle, and just for fun, I made some videos. I started sharing it with friends, and I got a very good response.
Yeah.
And so the one thing is that when you're doing such things, it's a birth from your own personality. So it is an extension to your personality. Like there are certain things that I wanted to say, but it's not too safe to say it as Akhlaque, but as a character, there are a lot of things I can express. So that was one thing. Plus, I was able to get out my creativity.
Yeah.
And I could play different parts and all. So that's how it started. And this is like 4-5 years back. And because of those videos, I got a good web series on Z5. I played the lead in that because I knew these directors, Yash and Allison, and they were like, we could not imagine you doing this, but since we saw your videos and we were looking for an actor, so I landed up that job because of this. So in a way, you have to reach out. This is a time, and we are so lucky to be in this age when we have social media, when we have online platforms. If we were in some, I don't know, 15 years back, and we wanted to express ourselves through singing or acting or whatever creative talent, it would have been very difficult to reach out. But right now, just one click and you're there.
Yeah.
So I think this is the best time to express your passion.
Yeah, and something that you said, like, we are this community, especially with the entrepreneur community, we are really trying to build that presence and that authority in the market, that brand in the market. But what you said is you created this character and you knew that, that you brought humor into it. There was a certain personality, a certain attitude, and you could make this character sort of say things that you normally couldn't say as the actor. So
Hmm.
that's interesting, and how you build that up, and that got you the role. So I've seen some of your video clips that you put on your I think on your Facebook profile. There's a bunch of them, and then also on the High IQ the channel, and
Yeah.
they're hilarious. So I thoroughly
Thank you.
enjoyed them. They're in Hindi, so for those who don't understand Hindi, but it is really really funny. But what I found is that there was this sort of like an underlying theme. You had created those, with a lot of thought. So especially when you're bringing that kind of humor, you're kind of bringing in that element to then brand yourself. Could you talk a little bit about that? Because I think a lot of people don't bring personality when they're on video, they're on camera, they're on their social media. And I think they miss out a lot in terms of branding and creating that buzz and authority online.
So I think there are two things to it. One is being aware in
Hmm.
what situation you are in. So if you're looking for humor, and trust me, you'll find it everywhere. If you're looking for humor, you'll find it around. And second thing is bringing your own personality. You're not trying to copy someone else, or
Yeah.
just you can get ideas. Definitely, a lot is happening in the world, so you can get a lot of ideas. But ultimately, it's you expressing it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it should be too distant from your personality. That is my point of view. So this thing, what you saw, it's called BV and me,
Mm-hmm.
my wife and myself. So
Yeah.
what happened is the lockdown started as we were talking, and I was like 21. It started with 21 days. I was like 21 days. What am I going to do? I can't go out. This and that. And so then I thought, rather than cribbing, again the same thing that I said, attitude is more important than facts. This is happening. What else to do? So and we just we were married on 3rd March, and the lockdown started I think on 23rd March.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then the idea came that imagine it's not just me. Everyone who's staying with their wives or husbands, they're like just two people in the house. So why not bring humor out of it? So that's how I started making the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Because right, I can imagine, and I was seeing that the divorce rates were going higher and this and
Yeah.
that. It was quite so. And a couple of my friends who were like who hardly spend time together suddenly were spending time, and they realized that it's difficult to stay together for like 24 hours. At least they were getting breaks. So I somehow found humor in that, and that's how I created this.
Mm-hmm. No, and but what's important is that you kind of, like you said, it shouldn't be too far away. Like if I can't do humorous videos because that's not a natural extension of myself. So when you do build your brand, it has to be authentic. It has to
Yeah.
come from, it has to be an extension of you. But one of the things that I really wanted to talk to you about, we are seeing a tremendous growth in video content. How important do you think video is going to be as we move forward?
I think video is going to be very, very important because, uh, see, we are very visual people.
Mm.
So, right from the time of uh, Nukkad Nata theater and cinema, which is still there, but especially during the lockdown, and I don't know when the theaters are going to start over here. So,
Yeah.
online, a lot of my theater friends are like shifting online because
Hmm.
they're not sure. They're thinking it's going to take another 2 years for them to be on stage. So they are moving towards video, and video is a medium where you um, can see a lot of things in a very small time. So that's why I think it's very important.
And when you're doing your videos, because I think the way you're doing it is you're doing it in series. I saw there were a few
Yeah.
series that you've done. So when
Hmm.
you're coming up with content ideas, is there some way that you're planning your content? Because each one of them has several videos within one series. What's your process?
See, I don't plan a lot as such in life. It's like
Mhm.
you have to trust yourself, trust your abilities. That's why I said if it's closer to your personality, then you need to trust you will be able to make content. If I suddenly start making uh, suddenly I decide I'll be a fashion influencer, I don't think I can survive for long like that. But
Yeah.
humor is something that I can do. So
Yeah.
uh, there I can go. So this also BB and me, we just started with one video, like, and then I thought, why not make another one? Then it went on and on, and now uh, if you follow it, this is the second season. So the
Yeah.
first season was a little subtle. Now we are going crazy, and then now I'm trying to link every episode with the last episode, just to get. Once you have a recap, people want to watch the last episode also. Like you can individually watch this episode. There's not much connection, but there is a small recap. There is a small connection. So you would want to watch if you like this video. That is.
Yeah. And has that increased your viewership, linking the videos or, having sort of like a context to the videos as you're
Yes, it
sharing?
has. Yes, it has. It has. So there are a lot of things. Again, this is helping me as an actor also. Uh, I had written a couple of script, and when I was approaching these platforms, so they had certain points which I would not understand then. But now, as somebody who's posting my own videos, I understand.
Hmm.
So everything is quite linked. Me being an actor and me being a writer, it kind of complements each other. Because as when I'm writing, I'm thinking as an actor also.
Yeah.
It helps. When I'm acting, I'm thinking of like a writer also, like an editor also. I edit my own videos. So it's been a great experience. So
Yeah.
the lockdown has really taught me a lot of things. So it's actually about maximizing whatever little opportunity you get. See, there are certain places where you can't help. You have to be at home. If you have to be at home,
Yep.
what else can you do? It's about looking inside you and discovering a part of you which you haven't probably.
Yeah. And I think that's really important at this time, because we are seeing a shift. So in our entrepreneurship community, right, there's a lot of pivoting, they're
Hmm.
shifting the business itself. But it's really interesting to see. So some of the online, people who are either course creators or content creators, in the last 3 months, one of our teams, I'll just give you an example of one of our teams, we had quadruple growth in our teams, because of the fact that we were already in the digital
Yeah.
media, and then we were able to use. But the challenges for a lot of people entering, they're like, okay, what do I start working with, and what do I publish, what do I start talking about? So the way you've sort of done for yourself, which is you just started with one video, and then you started to find other things that you could use in terms of the video, and then you started linking it. I think that's brilliant. People could easily do that because there's so many things that they've always wanted to talk about. But the thing that I want to ask you is, when you're scripting, right, when you're actually creating the video, could you help, like, there's a lot of people who are trying to do the videos right now. Could you help in terms of how do you like format, how you script, or what's the best way, or the best way that you found that captures people's attention?
See, again, I would say that the most important thing is realizing what your strength is.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm scripting, I know, like, since I've been writing for 3 4 years now, I've realized my strength is writing dialogues.
Right.
So I have to start with, that's my style of writing. I have to start with just an idea, small idea. I can't, like a lot of people plan the whole thing, and then they, I can't say put it on paper, they type it. But if if I am doing that, I can never write a script. I just start with an idea and I trust myself, and it happens. So that is my way. So I feel at times you don't need to know the entire thing before you just have to start. It's like that saying, you don't have to see the whole staircase. You just
Yeah.
take
Take
that
one
first
step
step
at a time. Yeah.
in faith. So that's how I do it, and I feel that uh, there will be times when you realize, when you're doing something, you realize this is not going well. It's all right. You'll still learn. Just make that first video. People may not like it. It's all right. You'll learn something out of it, and probably be, see, like I mentioned, you have to be very aware of the environment around you, of the things happening around you, the self-awareness. Apart from that, you also have to be very flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if something is not working for me, then you have to realize that.
Yeah.
Either improve on that, or you can change it. Like if I'm making something, if I'm making a humorous video and it's a character or something, it's not working, I can always change the character. If
Yeah.
the humor is not working for me, I can always make something which has a social message or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's important to be flexible.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, follow your strength first. I think that's
Yeah.
when when you're planning this, follow that first. So, you talked a lot about attitude. You talked a lot about, sort of how you're kind of using the opportunities, even times are tough, but you're still using them to
Yeah.
build something. Is there a message that you want to give to people? Because I think that, and I've been interviewing a bunch of people also, I think it's really important to shift from I don't have work or I don't know where to go to actually creating to use that creativity to do something meaningful. So when you're sharing these videos, are you commenting about what's going on in your life? Are you commenting about what's going on in the society? Can you give us a couple of ways for people to start putting that content? What kind of content should we use? What do we start with? What would you suggest?
Again, like I said, start with your strengths. You have, like you said, that you can't, you good at this,
Yeah, I can't do
the
humor.
podcast interview, you can't do humor. So you know that, and that's very important. There's nothing bad in that. Like like I said, I can't be a fashion influencer. I'll suck at it.
Mhm.
So I know it. I can't be uh, I can't make cooking videos. I've tried once, and it was all right. It was just a
Yeah,
standalone
everybody's
video.
making cooking videos though. Right now, there's so
So,
many people making
so
cooking.
that's why I was like, let's make ande ka halwa, and it was very tasty. But that whole idea of making that video, I don't want to do it again. I enjoyed doing that for once because humor is something that I want to do. So you start with your strength and trust yourself. Again, people are going to say this is not going to work. What have you done? You may look stupid making your first video. It's all right to look stupid.
Mhm.
Everyone, people are going to judge you any which way. Even if you're doing something good, people judge. Biggest of stars, people judge you. Even if you're Robert De Niro or Brad Pitt or Al Pacino, it's all right. So just make your first video, learn from it, and move on. And don't get too stuck with. Again, that's another thing. Don't get too stuck with the kind of likes and comments you're getting, because then you will not be able to move on.
That is very important.
Yeah. So you just have to. You just need that kind of faith. And like you said, uh, times are difficult, and you have to move. You can't keep complaining that I don't have work, or I don't know what to do. I read a very good quote that if I don't get away, I'll either find one or I'll build one. So
Yeah,
this is the perfect time for that. That
it
if
is.
you're not getting the way, if you're not finding the way, just build one. Start. Take that first step.
Yeah. What would you be sharing in Praram, which we're going to have in a few days?
Praram, I am mainly going to share my story and why. Um, See, at times you move towards your passion and dream, and then what happens is suddenly things are not as rosy as you imagine them to be,
Hmm.
and then your faith starts shaking up. But then there's some ray of inspiration which comes from the most unexpected source, and then you pull yourself together. So it's very important to uh, stick to your dreams and passion. So that is the most important thing that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
That this is the perfect time for you to pursue your passion and not follow the typical norm. Like I told you, I belong to a very small place in Dhanbad. While growing up, I knew that after your studies, you can either become a doctor or engineer. That's it. Or maybe go to an IAS officer, become an IAS officer. And then when I reached class 9, 10, I came to know about a word called CA. So that was it. It's like you just preparing robots who will either go this way, or this way. That's it. But then there are a lot of other avenues, and right now more than ever. So this is a perfect time for you to start. This is mainly what I'm going to talk about, and how you need to have that faith in you.
Awesome.
And yeah.
And so where, if the audience here wants to look at your work, what's the best place for them to go and take a look?
I think you can just Google the
Google
correct
you.
spelling. Yeah,
Yeah,
so then
the
you'll
correct
get to
spelling.
know
Yeah,
with the correct spelling, and then you may get a lot of videos and all. My ads, my web series, I've done a film, so that, and yeah, TV shows.
fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. That gave us a lot of good ideas to start building up the online presence and personal brand. Thanks so much, Akhlaque.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
And for everyone who wants to get our high growth marketing trainings for free, make sure you join our inner circle and the groups, because all of this will be posted there as well. So you can join us on www.ahanalara.com/high paying packages. That's ahanalara.com/high paying packages, all one word. And that's it for today. I will see you again on another episode of Rise and Be Rich. Bye for now.